surprisingly simple.
Hey, stock traders, Johnny Red here from Transparent Traders. So today, as requested from the TT Facebook group, we're going to go over stock ticker LCID Lucid Motors. Little background, Lucid Motors is an EV startup that also supplies batteries to the Formula E racing series. It's based in Silicon Valley. It's headed up by Peter Rawlinson, who was the former chief engineer for the Tesla Model S. Its first model is the Air Sedan. An SUV alternative called the Gravity is expected to follow. So that's a little bit about stock ticker LCID. All right, folks, you can see here I got the TT Blackbox pulled up. This is our algorithmic Blackbox trading system, all ran by algorithms and predictive AI. As you can see here, we haven't had stock ticker LCID alert in a minute. I think the last time it really alerted out here as a swing trade was back in September when we played it, back when it was in the 20 ranges. I think we entered at 27 and rode it up into the high 20s, low 30s. So with that being said, let's get the trading view charts pulled up and we will get that breakdown going on. All right, folks, we have trading view charts pulled up for stock ticker LCID. We're going to get into this here just in a few minutes. Quick couple of things. One, LCID Lucid Group has earnings release on February the 14th, so be wary of that. Pay attention. I don't really like to trade earnings, so if this hasn't made the moves, I'll probably, by February 7th, I'll be out of this trade. Or if it is moving and it's moving up still and I'm in it, I will be out by February 7th. So, and other than that, really is, of course, the same rumor that's been going around for a while on the rumor mill is Lucid Group winning the bid to build the Apple car, which Apple's going to release who they're going to go with, partner with later on in this year. But there's always that rumor going around that Lucid's going to be the one to build it. So keep that in mind. That's just a rumor. So let's get into the breakdown. So as you can see, I got a bullish entry right here at 43.15. Basically, you can, where I'm getting that range from is if you look back here at the end of October, beginning of November, when it was running up, it basically tested this over about a week and a half trading period to where it couldn't break above this 39.15 range. But when it did, it broke through the 43.15 and it would come up to this 45.60 line and then bounce back down to the 43.15, bounce back up to 45.60 before it broke back down. Okay, so when it came back down here on this one day, it still fought to get above the 43.15 mark, and of course couldn't break 45.60, and so on and so on. So if you come back to when we get into December, after it had the big run up and the big run down, you can see that multiple days after it broke below 43.15, multiple days it tried to break it, and it never could till it did back here on the last week, January 11th. Finally broke through, tested and got through real quick on the 40 through 45.60, but that's why I have the bullish market 43.15, is because there's months where every time it was below it, it couldn't get back above it. So that's why I would be entering for a bullish play with a break above 43.15. And just because of how I was telling you about the 45.60 range and this big path at the beginning of November, and of course beginning of December, mid-December, and then here last week, 45.60 will be our first target, and then we'll go up to 47.80, which is the range. When it did break through 45.60 last week, tried to test that 47.80 range, and it couldn't. Back here at the beginning of December, same thing, broke above 45.60, tested the 47.80 range and couldn't. Same thing back here at the beginning of November. So that's where I got my bullish ranges from. We're looking at that 43.15 mark that to break for me to enter it. I would be trading this with shares. You could also look at like the $45 contracts. I'd pick the February 18th call contracts for this one if I was to play options, but I'll probably play shares on this. And I got the 39.55 range on here as bearish. I wouldn't really take this as bearish because there's a lot of people that are trading this. There's a lot of rumors behind it. It gets pumps, every couple of days it's getting pumped up. But this 39.55 range, if we broke below this, I would kind of forget about the trade for a little bit and reevaluate it, just for the simple fact that you can see once it broke below this 39.55 range for the first time. I mean, it was a solid month before it could really get back above that. And of course, you got a lot of rumors going on right now, and that could play a big role in why it's running up. But that's my breakdown on Lucid Group, stock ticker LCID. I'm a big fan of the EV market. This is one I've followed for, probably a good 6 months or so now. I've been trading this on and off. So just remember, 43.15, it needs to break above before you enter this. And as always, folks, base hits, pad the wallet. Johnny Red out.